Welcome back, everyone. Mix 1041 and MixTV.tv. Joined by Ronnie Raper Jr. talking about a big event called CottonFest up in Athens. Ronnie, how are you?
I'm doing fine, Steve. It's a pleasure to be here.
Well, we're glad to have you. And first of all, tell us what CottonFest is all about.
Okay, Steve, in 1995, my father-in-law was diagnosed with pancreatic cancer. Ironically, my dad, 12 years later, was diagnosed with pancreatic cancer. Now, they both died within the same month of their diagnosis. And I just simply refused to accept the fact that their battle with pancreatic cancer would end on the typical hospice bed. And we formed a nonprofit foundation in 2007 to help educate people about where the pancreas is located. All the funds that enable us to do that, we typically generate that through a wonderful music event held in the month of November, which is National Pancreatic Cancer Month. So in Etowah, Tennessee, on November the 23rd, starting at 11 o'clock, we are very excited about the talent that we have scheduled to perform. If you like high tenor vocals, if you love banjo playing, all of that's going to be available within driving distance and only for a $10 ticket fee, which we hope people might donate a little bit more. But all that will be happening November 23rd. And all the proceeds we set aside to assist families, help educate people about pancreatic cancer.
We are joined by Ronnie Raper Jr. CottonFest coming up November 23rd in Etowah. Where in Etowah will it be, Ronnie?
It will be at the Etowah Community Center. That's just off Highway 30 on Robinson Street.
When you talk to people, I know awareness is a big deal. When you talk to people about pancreatic cancer, what do you tell them?
Well, I think the first thing that comes to mind is it is the most lethal cancer. And typically it's not till a loved one or family member of yours is diagnosed that you discover such things that only 1% of the National Cancer Society or federal National Cancer Research is focused on finding a cure.
Wow.
A little bit less than 1% for a cancer that's forecast to become the leading cause of cancer death, because so many advances have been made in others, Steve. So to give you an example of how lethal pancreatic cancer is, if a lady completely ignored breast cancer till it spread into her bones, on average she has a 38% chance of still surviving that. Wow. With pancreatic cancer, around 1 to 3% survive.
My goodness. Ronnie Raper Jr. joins us. CottonFest coming up November 23rd in Etowah. You know, is there, it seems, a greater concentration of pancreatic cancer in our area?
Sadly, Steve, there is. I have had the opportunity since beginning this foundation to sit down with most of those diagnosed with pancreatic cancer. The last report that I got from our state health department, we were above the average occurrence rate of the state. I do not know why. Another interesting thing is it seems like pancreatic cancer is always misdiagnosed. That's just something that I've discovered. Jeff Brooks in Madisonville, Tennessee. Jeff was first told to maybe slack off on the energy drinks. He was training for a triathlon. Another dear friend of mine, Aggie Murphy, at first was told to avoid a certain food that perhaps that made her sick. So I don't know all the reasons, but I know the pancreas is situated in front of your backbone, behind the stomach. It's a buried organ. And someone once said, unless we're stupidly suspicious, and I would say we need to be. The University of UCLA, they have a team of doctors that study diseased pancreas every day. Now, they have said that it actually can take 20 years for the disease to mature to the point that you would know about it. I'm not going to say that's correct, that's incorrect, that's just what they say. So in the meantime, if you have a relative that has passed away with pancreatic cancer, I would recommend subtract that 20 years and really go get checked out. For example, Steve Jobs, the very guy that allowed me to arrive here today, who invented this iPhone, we can go back 20 years before he passed away, and we can see episodes of him exiting off the interstate, visiting local emergency rooms. So until further advances are made, I think that 20-year rule, subtracting that, and being stupidly suspicious, not scared, but getting checked out, I think that would be a good rule of thumb.
Very much. We're joined by Ronnie Raper Jr. Again, it's CottonFest, benefiting pancreatic cancer in Etowah, November 23rd. Tell me a little more about CottonFest.
Yeah, so our slogan is music plus hope equals a cure. So as a child, my dad was a third shift police officer, and my mom had to be in the sewing mill at 4 o'clock. So they arranged babysitting duties with a dispatcher named Jake Tullock. Now, Jake had just recently retired from playing bass and singing tenor with Earl Scruggs.
Oh, man.
So when you're listening to the Beverly Hillbillies, you are listening to our local hero, Jake Tullock.
Wow.
So
Wow.
Jake began giving me guitar lessons at an early age that influenced me. I've been blessed to have a 30-year career in teaching music myself. So when this disease come picking on my family, the only tools that we were any good at, the only thing that we could do, which I think it's worked out marvelous, is to use those tools to fight this disease. So on November 23rd, when you arrive, we'll have great food vendors. The music will be played from the stage. We're going to have a youth stage that features area talent. I always like to cultivate our young performers, so they will kick things off at 11. We're going to have a group called Further Up the Road from Athens, and they've been getting good reviews. Meredith tells me they're an excellent group, and I look forward to hearing those. Clearview Bluegrass, Roscoe Morgan is in that group. Excellent musician. We're going to have the Barbaras, and Donnie Barber is probably one of the most sought-after guitar luthiers, and his group will be performing. Valley Grass Express, Buddy McClary, a lifelong friend, we call him Buddy Rowe. He'll be there. And then the end of the show, a group from Tazewell, Tennessee. And I always say you have to have a reason to go to Tazewell. No one ever just says, let's load up, honey, and go to Tazewell. But CF will be actually coming from Tazewell to be with us. Yeah. And I'm encouraging everybody, do not miss this event. Yeah. It's a great cause. And I'd like to give a shout out to our mutual friend Meredith Wilson.
Oh yeah,
Meredith,
we love her.
She made this interview possible for me, so I hope I don't let her down.
Oh, you've done a great job, and really, what a wonderful cause it is. And like you said, it is just devastated your family. We know that, and I'm so sorry about that. But now the awareness, and now hope, and I love the word hope. Well, Ronnie Raper Jr. Joins us. CottonFest, again, is Saturday, November 23rd in Etowah. We love Etowah. And they're going to be at the community center.
Going to be at the community center, Steve.
All right. Well, Ronnie, it's a pleasure meeting you, and thank you very much. We appreciate it.
Much appreciated, Steve.
All right, we're going to take a break and come right back with more in just a moment.